Tonight, when you sit on a toilet and flush, you won't think twice about it. The waste disappears, clean water washes everything away, and within seconds, it's gone from your life forever. But for almost all of human history, that flush didn't exist. There were no toilets, no sewer systems, no toilet paper, no bathrooms hidden behind locked doors. For thousands of years, every single one of your ancestors had to figure out one simple problem every single day. Where do I go? And the answer shaped cities, created diseases, started wars, and changed civilization itself. Because the history of humanity is also the history of poop. Let's start before cities existed. For most of human history, humans lived as hunter-gatherers, small tribes moving through forests, plains, and deserts. And when someone needed to go to the bathroom, they simply walked away from camp. That was it. No holes, no toilets, no plumbing, just the earth. Anthropologists studying modern hunter-gatherer tribes discovered something fascinating. People almost always relieved themselves far from water sources and sleeping areas. Not because they understood bacteria, they had no idea germs existed. But over thousands of generations, humans learned through experience. If waste stayed too close to camp, people got sick. Children died. Water became dangerous. So long before science, human instinct already understood something invisible. Waste could kill you. And then everything changed. Around 12,000 years ago, humans stopped wandering. They began building permanent settlements. Villages became towns. Towns became cities. And suddenly, the old solution no longer worked. Because when thousands of people live together in one place, you can't just walk into the bushes anymore. Imagine the smell. Ancient cities were filled with animals, smoke, sweat, blood, and human waste. The streets themselves were often toilets. In many early civilizations, people simply dumped waste outside their homes. Some threw it directly into the street, others into rivers. And at night, cities became even worse. In medieval Europe, people used chamber pots, small containers kept beside the bed. During the night, you used the pot, and in the morning, you emptied it outside, sometimes through the window. This is where the famous warning supposedly came from. Watch out below. Whether the phrase is historically exact or not, the reality was disgusting enough. The streets of medieval cities were rivers of mud, animal manure, rotten food, and human waste. And when it rained, everything mixed together. People walked through it every day. But humans tried to solve the problem much earlier than that. Nearly 4,000 years ago, the ancient Indus Valley Civilization, in places like Indus Valley Civilization, built something astonishing. Some homes had private toilets connected to drainage systems. Not kings, not palaces. Ordinary houses. Clay pipes carried waste away from the city. Some streets even had covered sewers. This existed thousands of years before modern Europe had proper sanitation. Then came the Romans, and the Romans turned toilets into architecture. Public latrines existed all across the Roman Empire. Long stone benches lined with holes, 20 people sitting side by side. No walls, no privacy. You talked while using the toilet. You ate snacks, you discussed politics. For Romans, going to the bathroom was social. Beneath the seats, water constantly flowed through sewer channels. One of the largest systems, the Cloaca Maxima, still partly exists today in Rome. But even Roman sanitation had limits. The same water systems people used for cleaning sometimes carried contamination back into the city. Parasites spread everywhere. Archaeologists examining Roman remains discovered intestinal worms were extremely common. The Romans looked clean, but many were still sick. And then civilization collapsed. When the Western Roman Empire fell, much of Europe lost its advanced sanitation systems. For centuries afterward, waste management became primitive again, and the consequences were catastrophic. In crowded cities, human waste contaminated drinking water constantly. Disease exploded. Cholera, typhoid, dysentery. Entire neighborhoods could die from water people thought was safe. But nobody understood why. People believed disease came from bad smells, poison air, not microscopic organisms. Then came one of the deadliest moments in urban history: London, 1858. A summer so hot that the River Thames became filled with the sewage of millions of people. The smell was unbearable. Government officials soaked curtains in chemicals just to survive meetings. The event became known as the Great Stink, and strangely enough, that horrible smell helped save millions of future lives. Because finally, governments were forced to build modern sewer systems. Engineers redesigned entire cities underground. Miles of tunnels, pipes beneath streets, waste flowing away from human populations instead of through them. Modern sanitation changed civilization more than almost any invention in history. In fact, many historians argue toilets saved more human lives than antibiotics. Because clean water and safe waste disposal stopped diseases before they even began. And yet, most people today never think about it. You press a button, flush, gone. But hidden beneath every modern city is an invisible world our ancestors would have considered magic. Pipes carrying waste for miles. Water treatment plants cleaning billions of gallons. Massive underground systems operating every second of every day. All so you never have to think about what happens after you use the toilet. But for thousands of years, humans thought about it constantly, because before modern sanitation, your survival depended on it. The strange thing is, the toilet is one of the most important inventions in human history, and also one of the least appreciated. It gave cities the ability to grow safely. It reduced deadly diseases. It increased human lifespan. It transformed everyday life so completely that modern humans barely notice it exists anymore. Tonight, when you flush the toilet and walk away, remember something. For almost every human who ever lived before you, that simple act would have looked like a miracle.